dear guest. I am Siddhar Kumar Goyalsamy. I am Sergeant at Arms role today for today's meeting. I welcome you all to our 8/24 meeting at our Medley Toastmaster Club. Before starting the meeting, I like to mention 3 golden rules that we follow in our Toastmasters meeting. As a Toastmaster, we don't talk about sex, religion, politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. And please switch off your mobile or put them on silent mode. And please do not cross talk. The mission of our Toastmasters Club to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in great self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I hand over the stage to Presiding Officer Toastmaster Anuradha.
Good afternoon, many family members and my dear guests. With the sound of this gavel, I declare meeting number 8/24 open. I like to recognize the dignitaries present here. Distinguished Toastmaster Sampath Saurirajan and Toastmaster Venkateshan, seasoned Toastmaster. I'd like to welcome our members and the guests. Have you heard of the quote, if you believe, you are halfway? Anybody remember that? Yes, this was the table topic title given in the last week area contest. C3 area contest table topic title. It was very nice topic and we heard many interesting speeches. While returning from the area contest, when I was scrolling my mobile in the Facebook, I saw an inspirational story of Mrs. Jayalakshmi. She is a teacher in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. She believed that she can become an entrepreneur, and she was. The story behind this, she and her husband, both of them lost job during COVID-19. She didn't know what to do initially. Then she planned to start a startup company with an edible teacups. Initially, she did franchising and got the edible cups from the Puducherry and she sell it to the hotels and tea shops nearby. But she was not satisfied because it was made up of maida. So she did experiment for around 2 months and came up with a nice product with the proper proportion of the ingredients made up of rice flour and ragi. She made teacups with 2 different sizes and different flavors. It was a huge success. Till now, that is from 2021 till now, it was a huge success and she was able to export it throughout the world. She believed that she can, so she did. So it was truly inspiring. Like that, Robsy Medley, the founder of Toastmaster International, he believed that this international organization will improve the public speaking and the communication skill and leadership skill of an individual. And he started this organization 100 years ago. And this is really a huge success. It reached more than 14,000 clubs and more than 145 countries throughout the world. So he believed that, and now we are enjoying and we are seeing improvement in us. So my dear new members and guests, if you believe you become a best speaker, you will. In Toastmasters International, during meetings, we offer opportunities like speaking slots and various roles like timer, up counter, TMOD to improve your communication skill. And dear friends, if you believe you become a good leader, you can. Toastmaster provides various leadership roles within the club and also outside the club. So it is up to us to utilize it. So if you believe yourself that you can, you will. So with this, I like to hand over the stage to TMOD of today's meeting.
Thank you, President Toastmaster Anurag, for the wonderful introduction about belief you are after. Myself, Toastmaster Ranjit Kumar, and I am delighted to be a Toastmaster of the day today for the first time. Have you ever set your eyes on a goal only to realize that once you reach there, the journey to get there was far more rewarding and valuable than the journey itself or the destination itself? I used to believe that success was all about reaching the peak, landing a dream job or winning a competition or achieving some big milestone. But over time, I realized that it's not the peak, but the climb that truly shapes us. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today's theme is the climb matters more than the peak. Life often presents us with two choices: to stay where we are, comfortable and safe, or to take a step into the unknown, embracing the challenge of the climb. 2 years ago, I took that choice. I left my job and stepped into one of the most rigorous and transformative journey of my life, my 2-year MBA at IIT Madras. From day one, reality hit up. Surrounded by some of the brightest minds from across the country, so imposter syndrome crept in. I felt like, do you really belong here? But soon I realized that MBA is more about becoming a better version of yourself. Those 21 months, countless group projects, late night assignments, never-ending deadlines, and it's all about the beautiful friendships, the bonds we develop over time. So I may never relive those moments again, but they are what shaped me. And if someone asks me today what truly matters, it's not the job or the title or the degree hanging on my wall. It's the person I became along the way. Likewise, for most of us here, stepping into Toastmasters meeting for the first time felt like standing at the base of a massive mountain. The fear of speaking, standing in front of an audience, and the nervousness and self-doubt, those are initial hurdles, right? But with every meeting, every speech, and every evaluation, we began our climb. And that's where the true transformation happens. Because Toastmasters is not just about speaking, it's more about leadership, communication, and self-growth. So let me explain about the agenda of today's meeting. Toastmasters meeting in general is divided into 3 sessions. The first one is the prepared speech session, the second one is the table topic session, and the last is the evaluation session. But today we also have a special session on parliamentary procedures. In order to take the session forward, I would like to welcome a person who is working as a domain expert in a leading IPR firm in Chennai. When asked what is the one thing which made a big impact in life, he said, never give up attitude in my life. I 200% agree with this, sir. Now I welcome Toastmaster Venkateshan to take over the role of the
Good afternoon, Toastmasters. It's really thanks of Bhagat. 3 months back, he fixed me as a GE. He sent a WhatsApp immediately and he must confirmation at 9 o'clock. Thank you, Bhagat, for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. As a general evaluator, my role is today like the theme, the claim matters more than a peak. Last week, Tuesday, 19th March, when I was watching the TV, India Today, they are showing the live relay about Sunita Williams' return. When I read the theme, this theme, the WhatsApp, it's correlating, my mind is correlating. There was an interview of Sunita Williams' mother and sister, brother-in-law, and those who stayed with her in US, in Gujarat, they are praying also. Then immediately they are showing simultaneously on the other side of the US. When landing in the sea, dolphins also surrounded by that NASA thing. Then I thought that, see, the whole world is watching. Then I thought the claim matters more than a peak. We never thought about that how she struggled. Instead of 9 days, 9 months, she was there with the team members. But she took it in a positive way. She made a research in biotechnology there, whether the plants will grow or not. That was very useful for the entire world because the space as settled by, made by India, Russia, Japan and USA. That is why it will be useful for the whole world. With this, I am going to start that first session of Toastmasters. It's a very important session. Timer, accounter, grammarian. Timer role is going to play by Toastmaster Pramod. He is an acupuncturist. I know him very well, but he is a very dedicated person. I will expect he became a member of, president of Medley within 1 or 2 years because the involvement is too much. Time and tide wait for none. Come on, please come and explain your rules.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Venkateshan, for the very kind introduction. As a timer, it is my duty to pay attention to the time taken by each and every single speaker, to time them, and to help us be aware of how much time is remaining so that we can finish up our speech within the stipulated time. So for prepared speeches, which are from 5 to 7 minutes, at the end of 5 minutes, I will be showing the green card. At the end of 6 minutes, I will be showing the yellow card. And at the end of 7 minutes, I will be showing the red card with a 30 minutes grace period so that it remains qualified. 30 seconds, not 30 minutes. 30 seconds, thank you. Similarly, for table topics, which is for 2 minutes max, at the end of 1 minute, I will be showing the green card, 1.5 minutes, the yellow card, and at the end of 2 minutes, I will be showing the red card with another 30 seconds grace period. For evaluation, which is for 2 to 3 minutes, at the end of 2 minutes, I will be showing the green card. At the end of 2.5 minutes, I will be showing the yellow card. At the end of 3 minutes, I will be showing the red card. Once again, with a 30 seconds grace period. I hope we can all utilize our time well and have a wonderful meeting. Thank you, and over to you, General Director.
The next role is going to play by Supriya, strategy manager Accenture. When I first met her in Desert Rose, there was a team game, that Gara game was there. She took willfully that, sir, I will act, mono act and do that, others will say that. It's astronomy, like she was doing the kite movement, no? I think Dr. Prabhupada is in our team, we took first place in that game. Supriya, please come and explain your role.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. Today I will play the role of the accountant. My role will be to note down the filler words that of the overused words like so, but, and, you know. And at the end of the meeting, I used one myself right now. At the end of the meeting, I will provide a note of all of the counts and I'll give the report. I just want to share a nice incident. So last weekend, I was actually walking through the Toastmaster proceedings. I was walking my dad through this proceedings. He was curious to know what happens in Toastmasters Club, you know, what they do and everything. So I was just talking to him about the R counter as well. He's a very seasoned orator. So he said, you know, there are two reasons why we use filler words. One, when we are searching for words, and the other one when we are searching for thoughts. So when we are, some of the tips that you can use is when you are searching for words, you can just very mindfully and consciously take a pause and then see what words to use. And when you're really searching for thoughts, one thing that could really help there is read a lot. Even if it's 10 or 15 pages of a book, just try to read as much as you can so that you're filled with a number of thoughts that you can pick and choose when you talk. So with that, I'd like to wish all the best to all the speakers today.
Next to is played grammarian role, my friend Mr. Robin. He works in corporation HR, and I remember a speech about soccer. First speech, IAS speech he gave, you know, in the Desert Rose, and regarding the agriculture, he is interested about that. Rohit, please come and explain your role,
Yes.
and as well as word of the day also.
Yes.
Very good afternoon, Ray and the remaining. So, word of the day is GAFFE. So it is like the GAFFE. What it means, it's a noun. What it means is embarrassing and careless mistake committed in a social and a public life. How it can be used in a sentence. He committed a gaffe when her name was mispronounced. Her name was mispronounced. Politicians usually commit a gaffe in a public gathering. So, as synonyms, it is bloopers, blunders, and mistakes. So, yeah, this is the word of the day. And over the course of the meeting, I would make note of the number of times each speaker uses the word of the day. Also, I'll write down any grammatical errors and good creative uses of English language. At the end of the meeting, I'll provide the grammarians. Over to you.
Now I will hand over the dais to you. Thank you.
So let's start with the prepared speech session. Today we have 4 prepared speeches. So before inviting the first speaker to the stage, I request the evaluator, Toastmaster Vishwanath, to read on the stage, please.
Today my target speaker, Toastmaster Praveen, is giving Level 1 Speech 3 on Leadership Development. Project name is Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. Purpose of the speech is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance his speech. Timer, please note that the time is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best.
So for the first speech, we have a person who is working in Flux Finance IT department as a project manager. Now I welcome Toastmaster Praveen to lead the speech. Toastmaster Praveen, delicious food, Toastmaster Praveen.
Thank you.
How many of you here love biryani?
Vegetable biryani.
If someone says biryani, immediately my those words are activated. It's so delicious and flavorful, which most of us favorite food. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests.
Good afternoon.
My name is Praveen. I'm working in the Flex finance IT department as an IT project manager. I love cooking since my childhood. If no one in my home, I will make a plan accordingly to cook favorite food dishes which I most want. Even every 3 weeks once, we used to cook biryani in my home. Usually, my mom or my wife will prepare a biryani. But that month, my mom went to native and my wife busy with her exam. My kid asked me, Dad, it's so long time, we didn't eat biryani. I said, yes, let's plan for this week. Then I promised my kid to prepare a delicious biryani. Usually we prepare a biryani on Saturdays. Even though I prepare multiple times, I will rehydrate myself before proceeding a biryani process. There is a 4-step of biryani process. First one is preparing a multi-layers of gravy. The second one is the mix the right set of water, and third one is right set of rice which blend together with the gravy, and finally is the important process where the steaming process will took into the place. The first 15 minutes with the high flame and 10 minutes with the medium flame and 5 to 10 minutes for a low flame. This is the steaming process of biryani. Saturday 10:30, all set, stage set, everything is ready, kitchen room is ready, all vegetables and masalas and rice, everything is ready. So now I am entering to the important step, preparing biryani. I started preparing biryani first step as a gravy. There is a oil and ghee and onions and all masalas will mix together, and next step will be the ginger garlic paste and mint and then the coriander, and then the all spices will blend it together. The second step is where we will add the adequate of water and then the rice together. This is an important process where I am waiting for a cooker whistle. I am eagerly waiting for a cooker whistle, but suddenly I got my mobile ringtone. The Toastmaster Anuradha gave a call. Praveen, need your help. Can you do a half counter roll today? My mind says, let's accept this challenge. But my heart says, see, you already committed a delicious biryani, which you need to focus. But finally, I agree with the challenge. But during that conversation, I missed to focus on the biryani. Due to that, what happened? The water levels are decreased. So I'm not able to adjust the water level. Instead of that, whatever the final steaming process I have, right? So I need to change it accordingly to prepare a delicious biryani. So what I did is I come up with a plan B, where I cook a biryani with a 30 minutes with a slow flame, 30 to 40 minutes with a slow flame, and I kept aside for a 30 to 40 minutes, so that the rest of water and then the water and then the steam will mesh together, prepare a nice dish. Meaning that 30 to 40 minutes I try to prepare a counter roll so that I will be ready for a counter roll. Then after preparing the biryani myself and my kid had a delicious biryani. My kid said the biryani is delicious and flavorful. Then the another one is I am able to represent the counter roll today on that day, and then after returning back to home, the entire biryani is over. My family is completed the biryani. They enjoyed a lot. So the cooking is not a gender specific, where every human taste buds are different. If you know cooking, based on your taste buds, you can prepare your masala and spices. Adding to that, you can prepare a delicious food. Thanks to TMO.
I think I will be having a wonderful biryani right after the meeting. Now let's move on to the second speech. I request the evaluator, Toastmaster Balaji, to read out the speech objectives.
Toastmaster Pugar is presenting his prepared speech on pathway leadership development, project introduction to vocal variety and body language. The purpose of the project is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance his speech. This member has chosen only to be evaluated on vocal variety for the speech. The title of the speech is Food for Thought. Duration is 5 to 7 minutes.
So, for the second speech, we have a person who is an IT professional with over 20 years of experience. So, when asked what is the one personal challenge that shaped you, he mentioned the rapid technological challenges in the field and how he developed the habit of reading at least 30 minutes a day to stay updated with it. So, welcome to Toastmaster Pugar.
கல்யாண சமையல் சாதம் காய்கறிகளும் பிரமாதம் அந்த கௌரவ பிரசாதம் இதுவே எனக்கு போதும் ஆஹா 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 ஆஹா. Okay, I promise it's purely coincidence that we both picked the more or less same topic.
Yeah,
I know
no,
somebody
I-
else, the PMOD has planned something, I don't know. But however, food is something we all love. Food solves many conflicts within the family, with friends, lot of things. So good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, DDMs, and my dear guests. Today I am going to share some of my memories or recollect my memories where I enjoyed food to a greatest level. Right. So the first thing, way back in late 90s, when I started my career in Mumbai in corporate life, one fine day, my project manager came to me and invited us for a team lunch. There was slightly unexpected one. We, a team of 10 plus people, moved to a nearby hotel. Nearby hotel is not a simple restaurant; it's a 5-star hotel, Tunga International in Andheri. Wow, that's a sumptuous meal we had. 6 courses meal, starting from soup, salads, lot of varieties. It's one of the best food I could even think of or imagine at that point of time in my life. Varieties, varieties, varieties. A great food, enjoyed a lot. After that, a couple of weeks later to that, I happened to visit my native town, and there came my childhood friend, and he picked me to his native town, a small village near our town, Alampati, and there, just like that, we went to his grandma's place. This place, there was some local festival going on. Grandma didn't expect us at that point of time in her house, around 1:30 p.m. But she was so excited that her grandson has visited her. She didn't have anything at home. I don't know whether grandma has the habit of having lunch or preparing food on a daily basis. She didn't have anything at home, no hotels in that small village, no Swiggy, no Zomatos, nothing. But still, she went, she picked some 2-3 brinjals, she just fried them, and there comes the magic. With lots of love, I suppose, the food was so delicious, which was 100 times better than the food that I could ever had or I had in my corporate life in multiple restaurants, the classic restaurants at that point of time. Then years passed, 2015, the Chennai floods. November, we had one bad November those days. Floods washed away a lot of livelihood, not only in Chennai, nearby places also, a lot of suburbs, villages. People have lost almost their livelihood, basic essentials, school books, anything they can, Siripot money, the small savings that they have, everything has been washed away. And we, after a week of this disaster, we, a team of volunteers, were in that village, a nearby village, trying to do some restoration activities. We do had some medical professionals with us. We were doing some the restoration activities, which involves medical care and distribution of some cloths and basic essentials for their livelihood. And the day passed. 9 o'clock we started. The camp got over around 4:30. It was a very packed day. We were about to leave. We forgot to have any food at that point of time. And till 4:30 we didn't have any food. We were about to leave. The villages are so empty. And in that situation, a dark, weak person came to me and opened his small cotton bag of fruits. It had just guavas. The guavas were also not looking very great. So some damaged guavas, whatever. So he pushed 2 guavas on my hand and asking me to have it. I couldn't have it at that point of time, but while returning I had it. That's the best food. More delicious than anything else. Even with the tons and tons of love that party served me, this is better than that. So, returned home. After a few days, something was always going on in my mind. What is that 3 instances indicates me? Perhaps a lesson. It has given me a lesson. Number 1, you pay money, they high money, you're getting a food, the world's best experts put their best expertise, 6-course meal, serve with care. It's a good food. You enjoy it. Love it. Second one, a simple food. No extravagant food, no sumptuous things. Nothing. A simple food served with care and love. Lot of affection. That is still better. A good food, lovely food, enjoyable. The third one, again, the ingredient here is not even food, it's just the fruits. But that's the government, which I enjoyed a lot. The reason is, there is also a love. But this time, the love is a reciprocal of the love that I showed to the society. And society, in an indirect way, has given back to me. So, I'm sure guys are people over here. You don't come across multiple foods, variety of foods, right from biryani to a simple food, whatever it is. I will leave it to you to cherish your memories, whatever best foods you had, you can recollect them. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prabhulendi, for a wonderful speech. Now let's move on to the third prepared speech. I request the evaluator, Toastmaster Alagri, to read out the speech objectives.
Honorable Toastmasters, today my target speaker Vidyasagar is going to present the pathway of dynamic leadership. Purpose of this speech is to practice applied speech evaluation feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. Speech study is humor at work. Duration is 5 to 7 minutes.
For the third speech, I have a person who is currently working in Vestas. So when asked what is that one challenge which you seemed impossible at first but got easier over time, he mentioned how it was difficult to plan and prioritize several tasks initially, but it got easier by improving the advanced planning of the task. So I welcome Toastmaster Vidyasagar.
actually there was little delay. Timer, you can start the. So the problem with the corporate world is we always focus on the end result. So what we care about is the bottom line, right? So as an engineer, I am obsessed with efficiency, right? But the problem here is in the real world, something which is efficient, it doesn't mean that it is effective. Something that saves time, it doesn't mean that it is actually works effectively. You may be wondering, why should we believe you, you little chubby finger, right? Please wait. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to talk about the most important yet very underutilized skill at work, that is humor at work. I would like to tell about little bit about my role in my current organization. 3.5 years ago, there was one person actually handling the current team that I am handling now. At that time, the work environment was very hostile due to the work pressure and also unrealistic timelines from the customer. That particular person, after had been in the role for 3 months, he left the organization due to work pressure. After that, my manager pushed me into that role, right? So being in that role, I realized that there is a difference between being efficient and being effective. So you can be efficient with people, with things like computer. Because for computer, you don't have to motivate to work, right? It doesn't need morning coffee to get things started. But it is not the same with people, because people have emotions, feelings, all sort of drama that you need to deal with, right? So I realized that with people, we should be effective rather than efficient. So how to do that? I started using humor at work to be effective with my team. That really helped me to connect with the team better and also to communicate with these other stakeholders effectively. So as a result, people started enjoying their work, right? So by adding a little bit of humor in your workplace, you can actually transform your workplace like a happy and enjoyable work environment, right? So I use humor at work effectively to connect with people better, to motivate people, and also to communicate with other stakeholders. And I was able to manage timelines effectively with my humor. So because of that, people started enjoying their work, and work culture slowly has transformed into a more enjoyable and fun-loving experience. You can see often in the team chart, right? Our team chart looks like this, much more fun-filled experience. Our day-to-day conversation on teams. So no matter what corporate position you hold in your organization, your work basically is some subset of these 5 elements. At first, you need to execute certain tasks on your own, right? And then you need to think critically and creatively. And then you need to communicate with all the stakeholders. So this is where you need to articulate your intelligence, right? And then you need to connect with people. And then finally, you need to lead the people effectively, right? So as an engineer, doctors, we all know what to do. But the unknown part is here, how to do it, right? So I'm encouraging all of you to use humor as part of how in your day-to-day work life. So in this stress-filled and hostile work environment, humor is not only a necessity, it is actually a must-have skill in our day-to-day work life, right? How humor improves work, right, your work life. It has several advantages. For example, So the people who use humor, right, it actually it improves their productivity, and it reduces the stress level, and it also prevents burnout, and it provides motivation, and it also increases the paycheck, because in most of the organizations, especially for higher corporate level positions, right, they want people with people who can use humor effectively, right? That is one of the much sought after skill in organization. It also improves your paycheck. If I read, the list is endless. It goes on and on and on and on. Okay. So here the problem is most of the people, right? They don't know how to use humor. They are skeptical about using humor at workplace because they don't know. So when I say humor, people mostly think it's comedy. So when we think of comedy, we think of nasty jokes. But there is a subtle difference between humor and comedy. So that thin difference we need to understand. There is a difference between humor and comedy. So here what I'm trying to tell you is humor. Here I'm not telling you that to create a work environment that is funny. But what I'm talking here is I'm talking about creating a way of work, okay, that is more fun-loving and enjoyable work environment. Okay, so I have used in my work life to connect with people better, to think creatively, communicate better, execute faster, and by means of all of that, I was able to lead the team effectively. If I go for some statistics, like we spend 168 hours, we have actually 168 hours per week, and then we spend 49 hours in sleeping, and then out of that we are 119 hours awake. After of that, we spend on an average 40 hours per week at work. So that means we are actually spending 33.6% of our waking life at work, right? So isn't it sensible to make this 33.6% of waking life much more sensible, enjoyable? The choice is yours. Thank you.
Now let's move on to the fourth speech. I request the evaluated Toastmaster Priyadarshini to read the speech after this.
Good afternoon to all of you Toastmasters and guests. Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh will be presenting from Presentation Mastery Level 1's fourth speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to present his speech and receive feedback. The time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to you.
So for the fourth speech, we have a person who is working as a software engineer. When asked about his journey in Toastmaster, he said he joined Toastmaster to improve his communication skills, and it has been great so far, and he is really excited to keep going. Now I welcome Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh. Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh, Brampton's right path, Toastmaster Prasanna.
Thank you. Thank you, dear Modi. We all start with a plan, a clear path that seems right. We believe that if we work hard, follow the plan, success will follow us. But life has a way of surprising us. Sometimes what feels like a mistake is guiding in the right direction. Looking back my journey, my life seemed full of wrong turns. But today I feel differently. Each wrong turn taught me one profound lesson. Each wrong turn led me to where I am right now. When I was in school, I had one goal. I wanted to become a doctor. It was a great profession, a way to help people, and a stable career. So I gave it everything I had. I worked late nights, I studied late nights, I sacrificed my weekends and poured years of work for preparing my board exams. But when the results came in, my cutoff mark wasn't high enough to secure a medical seat. It felt like a failure. Years of work and I got nothing. I was completely lost. I had two options. Either I could pay a hefty amount and secure a medical college seat, or accept that my dream was over and pursue a different path. I chose a second option, although I had no idea where it would lead me to. With medicine not an option, I chose what many students would do. I chose engineering. It felt very practical, it felt very stable. I chose EEE, Electrical and Electronics Engineering, as my coursework, thinking it would give me a perfect life. But right from the first semester, I realized something, that I couldn't connect with the subject. I studied, I attended the lectures, and I had no passion to learn EEE. For 4 years, I hoped that things would get better. But deep inside, I had a thought, they would never become good. By the end of the final year, I was very certain that I made another wrong turn. And once again, I was completely lost. During my last semester, I had no career plan in my mind. I was exploring various fields. I was exploring programming. Over the period of time, I genuinely developed interest over programming. It was very different, it was very interactive, and surprisingly very enjoyable for me. For the first time in the years, I felt learning wasn't a chore to me. I was very excited to solve the problems, create and build the applications. After my graduation, I was fully committed to learn programming. I spent months to improve my skills. After some time, I started applying for the jobs. Despite my efforts, I faced constant rejections. It was very discouraging and frustrating to me. At that moment, I had various questions that arises in my mind. Had I taken another wrong turn in my life? Was I making mistakes again? This uncertainty loomed in my mind. But I kept going. I kept learning and kept applying for the jobs. After 8 months of struggles, I was able to secure an internship. It wasn't a full-time job yet, but a first step in the right direction. Looking back, I have taken those two wrong turns that perfectly lead me to where I am right now. Every wrong turn, every setback taught me profound lessons. Failure isn't an end, it is a detour. Most of us won't have figured out everything from the start, and that's okay. What's important is that we keep moving forward and keep learning and staying open to new opportunities. If I had told my younger self that I would be a software engineer, I would be working software engineer in the future, I wouldn't have believed. Probably I would have laughed at that idea. Because it was impossible, a completely outreach for me. Back then I had a very different plan, a different vision for my future. But life isn't about having a perfect roadmap that always falls into the right place as expected. Life is about learning to adapt and keep moving forward when things didn't go as expected. So next time, when we feel completely lost or uncertain about our future, let's remember this. Every setback, every wrong turn might be discomforting at the moment, but it often leads to places where we never could have imagined. It often leads to right path. Thank you. Over to the team.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prasanna and Paresh, about your motivating speech on importance of patience. Now let's move on to the special session, which is an education session on parliamentary procedures. For this, we have a person who has been Toastmaster for over 15 years and held various positions and responsibilities from club president, area governor, division governor to lot many. He has also conducted various training sessions within and outside of Toastmasters. So let's welcome distinguished Toastmaster Guru Prasad.
Please switch off the mics.
A very good afternoon to all of you. Thank you very much to Medley office for giving me this opportunity. Around 30 years ago, I bought my first apartment. So it was a 20 apartments complex in a 5.5 grounds, and almost 16 of us had already purchased it. We had occupied it. One day, somehow we all decided to meet together. Till then the construction work was going on, the contractor was there, he already left. One day we assembled on the terrace of one of our blocks. We were around 15-16 up there, just roaming around here and there without knowing what to do, where to start. Then suddenly an idea struck me, let us introduce ourselves. We all introduce ourselves. So then what? Then someone said the piping in my block is leaking, it's not clear. Then someone said the staircase lights are not working. Everyone started making complaints about the builder's inefficiency and incompletion status of the apartment complex. Everyone had complaints. Nobody could stand up and say, okay, tell me this, I list it down, we talk to them. Then we decided we need some representatives from our team take all these and take action. We need to form an association. So he said, someone, please nominate yourself. Everyone thought anyone could represent, and no one represented. Because everyone was expecting someone to take up that role that no one wanted to take up. Ultimately, one person volunteered, and you know all who it is. Then, after so many trials, errors, and methods, we gradually built up an idea of how to assemble, how to understand the problems, how to plan for the next month, water shortage, electricity problem. We constructed a temple, all that started happening. And after 5 or 6 years later, I joined Toastmasters. Then I understood what went wrong in our first ever meeting. And that was nothing but what we call as parliamentary procedures. Parliamentary procedures and parliament have nothing to do with each other. With due respect, I know Sergeant Council frown at me. Sometimes when you see to the further slides, this and our parliament? No way. Not our parliament, any parliament. Nothing happens like this. What we always see in the name of parliament is people standing up and shouting. No. There is a reason behind that too. I will come to that later. These words are very common, well known to you, right? You have always seen policy, process, procedure. People using this word, particularly if you are a consultant, you go and tell this to all your clients. Then client asks you, what is the policy? Okay, you pay me, I will tell you. Then what is the process? You pay me more, I will tell you. How to write procedures? You furthermore, you pay me, I do it. A simple explanation of all this. Policy is just a statement, a theory. It is something like a vision or mission of our Toastmasters that we express in every meeting. It's a theoretical statement. It cannot be executed.
What we say? How many of you remember the mission of Toastmasters? Just one or two few words, keywords. Mutually supportive, collaborative, growth, etc. What does that mean? It means nothing to us. It's a nicely written English statement. To make that possible to every member, give that confidence to every member, we need to have a process of inviting members, joining them, creating club, creating area, division, district, officers. How do they operate? How do members develop? You create a process. You elaborate the policy into an actionable model that is called process. Well, process in place. You have joined, she has joined, she has joined. What do we do? We don't know. The process we know. I have joined the club. What next? So procedures are in-depth details. 2:55, the meeting starts means Sergeant at Arms and Execom should arrive at 2:30 itself. By 2:45, the stage shall be set, the projector tested, all the awards in place. You start welcoming people from 2:45. 2:55, whoever comes or not, Sergeant at Arms will come here, clap hands and start the meeting. This is a written procedure, step by step, action by action, gesture by gesture is called a procedure. So policy is a dream or a theoretical vision. Process is ways of executing the policy. Procedure, the exact ways and means of what you do, how do you do it. We'll get into details on how these three apply in parliamentary procedures. If you don't mind, I'd like to use the presenter's view. It's already presenter's view. I know this gentleman because he faced the same problem that I faced in my first apartment meeting. He was a US Army officer. After his service over, he was invited to organize a church meeting. He went to that meeting and everyone started speaking, everyone started asking questions, nobody was responding. He understood two things. One is people don't know how to participate in meetings, how to get things done. Second, he himself doesn't know how to organize such things. Then he started doing lots of research. And then he came up with a small document called Packet Manual of Rules of Order. When he started explaining, if at all you want to have a productive meeting in a formal context, what should you do? He started writing things. After a lot of research, he brought in a book called Packet Manual. Slowly it got revised versions of revisions. Now it is universally called as Robert's Rule of Order. Currently, I believe you have 12th edition, at least this is what Wikipedia says. Maybe they'll come up with something later. Of course, the ideas were also borrowed from the procedures of the Parliament of United Kingdom, as well as some of the procedures being followed in the Senate of the US. Then common sense, people coming together, sharing ideas, they built a procedure. And he built a fantastic book. It's available in soft copy. I think you have to pay and buy it. The book is good. I have read glimpses of here and there. I have not read it completely. But if you read through it, you'll be wondering, what is this? This is what the meeting is for. Because you have seen it all. But in 1793 or 96, I don't know which year it was, there was no order, there was no control on how meetings were happening. He brought that. So we can call him as father of meetings, if I may. He is the one who brought it. So what do we have to do with Dr. Rolf C. Smedley? I hope you all know who he is. He was so impressed by Robert's Rule of Order. And he says, Toastmasters is a leadership organization. I have started this whole organization to build leaders. So it is better we follow some method of bringing in order and structure into our program. We will adopt Robert's Rule as our methodology. So we have a book called Club Constitution. I'll come to that later. There we have a section under Article 9 called We are going to adopt Robert's Rule of Order as a principle guiding us to conduct our meetings. Why? Why do we need such procedures? Anyway, after 6 months, my flat of association also got streamlined. Somehow we started making things happen. But still, every meeting we were thinking of what to do next, how to innovate. There was no clear written method of how to get things done. So, first thing, maintain a decorum. I hope most of you know the meaning of decorum. In simple English, it is decency. You may have so many words to explain. The decency, how to behave with each other, is called decorum. There are 100 meanings to it, but this is the simplest meaning I want to convey to you. First of all, it tells you how to behave in a social context. Second, there's a structure and order. If you have execom, you have audience police, if there, execom also come one by one when there are opportunities happen. And even if the laptop is not working, a projector has a problem, only 2 people come here. What if all the 20 people come here, start helping each other, doesn't work. We have an order, only sergeant at arms will come here. If he is stuck, he will call the owner of the laptop. If she is stuck, she will call the owner of this place. That's called a structure and an order. I am giving you simple examples, I am not getting into very corporate level examples. Preserve the will of the majority. Okay, we have rules, at the same time we also go by what majority of our team want to have. So even if you want to have special meetings, you just first announce and get the feedback, right? Then you come for it. Otherwise, just because you forced a special meeting, we all decide to bypass the meeting, what is the point? This is again a very common example. There are very critical examples where the will of the majority shall be preserved. The club will sustain and succeed only when the club works with the majority opinion of the people. It could be good or bad, that could be debated, discussed. But we should first understand what does our majority members want. Last, getting your voice here. Again, in that kind of a pandemonic situation, everybody shouts and gives their opinion. There is no way of asking each one. Okay, this is the point. We are going to move from desert close to this place. What do you think? What do you think? You just simply say next morning, next Monday or next Saturday onwards, we are going to this place. That's all. Everyone will start making noise. We have a way of communicating, getting everyone's voice here. Including the guests. We invite guests before the meeting, ask them how did they come here, what is their expectation, and in the end again ask them how did you feel after the meeting is over. This is called getting the voice here. So it also says, my usual favorite topic, these rules of Roberts are the parliamentary procedures not for running Toastmasters meetings. This is for you to become better and good leaders in your life. By practicing through these parliamentary procedures of Toastmasters and applying them in your apartment association, English says house owner associations. There is someone who has felt the same pain of me years ago. House owners association, churches, civic clubs such as Rotary, Kiwanis, League of Women Voters. Go and apply this procedure. You will make that environment very professional, very interesting, and all the members very much involved. This is the purpose of following procedures. Who is responsible for maintaining parliamentary way of conducting meetings and other things here? By responsible, I don't mean that person alone can look care of, we don't care. No, we all are responsible. But as a part of the club president, in the present current term, is Toastmaster Dr. Anuradha, is the chair for monitoring parliamentary procedures in the club. But she can nominate one person as parliamentarian of this club, either for every meeting or throughout one term also. That person will watch, monitor, advise us, or he will get more inputs and guide us, which as usual it's a mutually supportive environment. You can do it, get it done. For which you have a doubt, you yourself are not clear. District has appointed Distinguished Toastmaster Dr. Manikandan Balasubramanian as our district parliamentarian for this year. You can reach out to him, ask questions through your office or sometimes directly, and get things clarified. Again, Toastmasters has decided to adopt Robert's rule. It is not a golden rule for Toastmaster Cup. It's not etched in the rock. Because our manual itself says there are some jurisdictions where they don't want to adopt Robert's rule. Some countries, due to political so many reasons. Then you may bring in your rules and guidelines, but you have to necessarily follow it. So it's a parallel story. If you go and search for Robert Rule or parliamentary procedure in our Toastmaster.org site, which I tried, you will never get any information. But it is imbibed into our club manuals, club leadership manuals, club constitution manuals. It is imbibed inside. It's mentioned, go and refer. So if you have a doubt, you should refer Robert's Rule of Orders, not Toastmaster manuals. We have decided to adopt. Let us be very clear. Let us understand some fundamentals. This is some 6 or 7 slides about what are those rules. Some very basic fundamental understandings of this. First of all, we have something called as constitution. We all know India has a constitution, United States has a constitution. How many of you know whether UK or British have a constitution or not? Any idea? Then click chaos. How does their parliament function? And I am telling you, parliamentary procedures were adopted from UK.
They have got a traditional this one, but not a formal.
Thank you, sir. They have something called a Magna Carta. I don't know if the pronunciation is correct or not. It's a Latin phrase which was written years ago. Like how Toastmasters decided to adopt Robert's Rule, United Kingdom decided to adopt Magna Carta. There is no formal constitution like I, the citizen of India, or India also called as Bharat, those sentences, nothing is there. It's a document, it's adopted, and by practice, by evolution, by mutual consensus, they have built their constitution because it's a monarch basically. It's not a democratic country. That may be one reason. For any problem, you go to the king or queen, she'll say, this is my final order, that is the constitution. But still they have adopted a procedure. So constitution is what I said as something equal to policy. It's theory, written in theory, it's all available. There's a book called Club Constitution for Clubs of Toastmasters International. What I got was a copy amended in 2022. I don't know whether there's a recent amendment. I could not get it from Toastmasters site. You can check it around. This is a fantastic document. I wish every member read this document, or at least Exicom read this document if you have not done it. It clearly tells you everything about what is a club, who are you as a member, who are you as an officer, what do you do, what is a meeting, what is a special meeting, everything is mentioned. Most of my slides are a mix of Robert's Rule plus information from Club Constitution. So Club Constitution is like your law. It's already written, it is there. Now you get to the next level, bylaws. So Medley Toastmasters Club can create a set of bylaws which are aligned with the overall constitution created by Toastmasters. Very specific to Medley Toastmasters, you can create a set of bylaws. I believe we have a set of bylaws. Maybe Exicom will share with you where it is available. But they are very specific and applicable to Medley Toastmasters Club. Should be read in conjunction with Club Constitution. They tell you what happens in this club and this club's meeting, how do we operate. Next is standing rules. Standing rules are equal to procedures. They talk about very specific activity you do. In Medley Toastmasters Club, the meeting always starts with Sergeant at Arms, then presiding officer, TM Moody, a short span for G, then project speeches, table topics, evaluation, summing up, presiding officer. This is the structure we have created as Medley Toastmasters. I have attended clubs elsewhere, in Netherlands and Spain, where the order is slightly modified. Directly, president opens the meeting, and TM Moody comes in. You don't even know who the G is. He is like secret judge. He comes only in the end, says everything is wrong or something like that. They have a different setup, but they still have all the elements in a different combination because their club procedures adhere to this. As long as I attend Medley meetings, give a speech or be a member of it, I should only follow Medley's standing rules. I cannot say, I am a globetrotter, I have attended a meeting in Germany, Spain, Holland, they don't do it, I will not do it. No. You are a member of Medley, do this. This is standing rule. Very specific to you and this club, and it has a step-by-step procedure of what you should do. Any questions so far? Are you clear with constitution, bylaws, and standing rules? All the three are important, all the three are like connected, but they are at different levels of interpretation. Any lawyers here? They can explain better than me on this. Now we come to all this Robert's rule, this parliamentary procedure, yes, are all connected with predominantly business meeting. You can also follow this process in your regular meetings where you have the speeches and other stuff. But predominantly, because many of the points I'm going to discuss about motion, passing the motion, all belong to business side of the meeting. Business meeting is not the one that presiding officer talks in the beginning and closes in the end. That is business part of regular meeting. Business meeting is conducted exclusively for Medley members, where we will thank all the guests and politely ask them to leave or give them some extra station outside. That's a business meeting. You talk about club's business, plan for this semester, budget, approval, etc., etc. All we do is business meeting. For this, we follow Robert's rule very sincerely. Regular meetings of this club, which shall include any business meeting of the active individual members, shall be attended. We sign and provide a document saying that we will conduct meeting every week or we will conduct meeting every 15 days once, regular meetings. We will also have special meetings where the president will pass on a notification inviting all the members for a special purpose. I think a few weeks ago we had one, 2 months ago we had one for special reasons. They are called special meetings, for which a quorum is needed. That meeting cannot happen. The Medley regular meeting, even if 5 members are present, we will conduct a meeting. Educational meeting we will have. But for business meeting, you need a minimum. What is our quorum, madam? How much? What is the number for our quorum?
50% of the members.
30% of the members is our quorum. You have to pardon me, I am slightly going to take a bit longer. The quorum needs to be obtained. If the quorum is not set,
Often in the clubs, we go by the active members.
Active members.
Active member is who was present in one of the last 3 meetings at least. If somebody was not present in all the 3 previous meetings, then he is not active.
Okay.
This is used for convenience actually because our attendance is.
So, if the quorum is not present, you have to cancel the meeting and conduct in some other day. This applies to most, particularly annual general meetings, general body meetings there and all. The secretary will have his team to count the head and he will declare we have arrived at the quorum, we can start the meeting. Only after the word is uttered by the secretary, I believe only secretary will announce the quorum, not president or anyone else. Then the meeting shall start. Because what is the point in having 4-member meeting and I have decided to increase the fees from 8,000 rupees to 25,000 rupees and all the 4 people accepted. Next week I am sending a mail. Next month onwards, Medley Toastmasters fees 25,000 rupees because all the members in the meeting accepted. No. We have to have a decent number of people, acceptable number of people accepting the motion. Club executive, all actions of the club executive committee shall be submitted to this club. When the term starts, they will create a plan and submit it to us, including financial plan, club meeting plan, everything shall be distributed to the members and their approval is sought for. Because it's a democratic organization. Execom is only to run the club. They don't own the club. We all own the club. That's the difference here. So, there are 2 kinds of meetings. How do you conduct business meetings? Regular meetings, call to order. Secretary reads the previous meeting's MOM. That is the first ever agenda. And the available quorum of members shall approve the MOM and that shall be minuted for the next month's MOM. That's an important aspect because maybe I talked something else with respect and you wrote something else, submitted as minutes. Where do I get an opportunity to object? That's why this is done. In this kind of organizational meeting, this will happen. And any matters arising out of MOM, maybe this MOM minutes, somebody has an objection, somebody has an addition, that will be taken up for action in the next meeting. All this will be discussed. And club officers, if there are any reports or if there are any committee reports to be presented, they can be presented at the business meeting. Special meetings happen for additional purposes. You have formed a committee to increase the strength of Medley Toastmasters Club or conduct a milestone meeting. For all that, you can have a special committee meeting where you can present. And it says your new member induction shall be done in business meeting, but we are doing in the overall meeting. Okay, we have a different practice. As I said, it's not edged on rock. We can have our own methodology. Elections, if I remember correct, in some of the Toastmasters Club I attended, before the election starts, they will politely request all the guests to leave. The election will happen only in the presence of registered members of Toastmasters Club only. Installation of club officers, old business, new business, and then the meeting is adjourned, if possible with the next date of a meeting or until further notice. This is standard procedure for this. This is the key topic. After this, the presentation is almost over. Motion is something that is presented to the club members, and against which we all discuss, debate, argue, and come to a final resolution and mark it as approved or rejected. For example, we want to spend a little more money for the 820 milestone meeting. Is a motion because this involves everyone's contribution. And shifting of the venue, I believe we had a meeting. It's a major decision we need to conduct. You pass a motion, somebody will pass a motion, and immediately another person should second the motion. This is for proposing the motion, not approval. Even to propose a motion, you need two people. One will present the motion, one will approve, second the motion. Then the presiding officer will ask members to give their opinion, if any. Otherwise, he or she will request them, do you agree? Sometimes voting may be required, voice voting, exact, precise voting, that depends on the step. That is how the motion gets passed. There are 4 types of motion. The subsidiary motion is discussion on the motion itself. Whether the motion can be taken, somebody says, no, this is not a proper motion for a meeting, this shall not be considered, then there will be a separate discussion on that motion, on which voting will be taken, then you will decide whether to take the main motion into activity at all. Incidental motion is on the spot you find out somebody says, no, this is not a procedure. Sergeant Ram should have opened the business meeting, a point of order, I object. Then we'll take a discussion. These are possibilities. Renewal motion is okay, we decided we'll close it by April, and in the next business meeting we are going to close it, we are not closing it, we want to extend it for some time else. These kind of discussions happen in renewal motion. These are different kinds of motions. It always requires a proposer, a seconder, and the presiding officer can decide even after proposing a secondment, saying that no, this is already being in discussion, we have already awarded the contract to someone, so we are not taking this motion to the VC. Presiding officer has a right to accept or not to accept. If you see speaker in the parliament sometimes says, I am not accepting this. Or give a reason and take it to the next meeting due to various reasons. Member makes a motion, then other member seconds, the presiding officer places before the motion, she or he will decide. Then it's open for debate, a vote, the result is announced, then a motion is carried out or rejected. Okay, these are some, you can refer to this in the document itself, in the Toastmasters who are the site. This talks about how various motions are carried out. Last, what are the benefits? Obvious, I even did not read this. Transparency, everyone knows what is happening around. A good ethics, every member is respected, every member's argument is valid and valued. Interests of the members are protected, actions of the executive members are protected. You are not blamed, members are not blamed, we all have a reason behind. Please understand, this is the foundation on how we function. Without parliamentary questions, we do not even know what to do after coming into the hall. Secondly, we are already doing it. I am only explaining it. I have not invented anything. I am explaining what is being already practiced with some references in Toastmasters and Robert's rule. Please read your documents. Here are the 2 general documents you can read. Here are some specific documents you can read. I will be sharing this slide anyway in the WhatsApp group. You can go through this. This document is very interesting. Club Constitution document is very interesting. You can go through it, you will understand why we are doing what we are doing. I think I have eaten more time. Still, if you have any questions, please ask me. Or you can always raise your questions to the chair of Parliamentary Procedure Club, who is our presiding officer, or further go to Distinguished Toastmaster Manikanda Parasmani. There are no more questions. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, please.
How often we can revise this bylaws of our club? Or is it necessary to revise?
I think that is also part of the bylaw, right? How often you will be revising, you will have mentioned. I don't remember by heart. You will answer, do we have a procedure of how often we can revise? Bylaws.
No, that's not. It is as and when there is a need. I think, if I am not mistaken, last time it was done, I think, T.T. Suganti did something 3 years back.
In 2020 we did it.
So, you can raise a motion in one of the visiting meetings saying that this point in our bylaw needs to be revisited and revised. Then it will be taken up for debate. Maybe a president will form a committee to investigate, come out with, then pass the motion and revise the bylaws. So thank you, sir. Actually, you don't have periodic renewal or revision of.
Actually, these bylaws and the things are our guidebook, they are not the main business. Main business is what happens in the meeting, the education meeting. The business meeting is to regulate and support the education meeting. And all these bylaws, everything is to support this total.
They are supporting documents and procedures. But what is important is your educational meeting, your speeches, table topics, evaluations. All these help you in improving the quality of your educational meeting. That's all. These are not the key governing principles. The guiding principles, not governing principles. So you can reach out to these people, and you can also reach out to me. I can answer you on this. The reason I overshot my time is I felt even if the time is sufficient or not, this message should get into you. We are not doing arbitrarily whatever we are doing.
We did take permission by passing a motion to exceed the time.
I like this, good one. We should all know why we are doing what we are doing and how we are doing. Thank you very much. This is again a meeting procedure. Don't forget.
Thank you, sir, for educating us about the constitution of Toastmasters and procedures that every member should follow for every meeting. So next up, we have an interesting table topic session. In order to conduct the session, we have a person who is a CA by profession. When asked if he could give a speech to your younger self, what advice could you give? He said, don't get emotional too quickly. Not everyone will understand you. So please stay strong and confident. Now I welcome Toastmaster Abhiram to conduct the TD
Projector laptop can Yes. So
we had water members in Parliament, now post orders.
Initially good for the
Before WhatsApp and emails, before instant video calls, there was India Post, the original gangster of communication. Established in 1854, India Post has been delivering everything from love letters to wedding invitations, college applications to exam results, connected people across distances, carrying news, love, and even mysteries. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, as your Postmaster, I have special deliveries for some of you. These are not ordinary letters. Each one carries a challenge, a surprise, and maybe even a mystery. But there is one rule: no letter goes unanswered.
There's no money orders.
Let me quickly explain how it will work. I will collect the letters from the post box. I will read out the topic and then I deliver to you. Once you receive the postcard, you have to come to the stage and deliver the speech. Are you ready for your post?
Yes.
Let's start delivering. We'll hold on this way. The topic is the 2-minute sales pitch. The 2-minute sales pitch, sell the given product. Sell the given product. Now I will give this postcard to some of you. Please be ready.
Who is the second person?
I will wait for 1 second. Are you Shankar? Postmaster Shankar?
No.
Thank you.
I will give the product.
Oh, okay, I thought this is the product.
You have to sell this product. You have to sell this product.
Oh, okay. It's a lace or pamper?
You have to decide.
Okay. Tell me how many of you married recently? Raise your hand. Okay, no one. So how many of you, okay, Dinesh, and how many of you going to marry very, let's say for in 1 year of time?
In 6 months.
No one, okay. So how many of you married 5 years ago? So then this is the product for you, and this is one of the best product for you as well as your wife, because I know that you are already in the pipeline to get the baby. So, so this product you will not find wait for Amazon or in Flipkart, even for the supermarket. This is a special product which I manufacture and I produce, and I have the copyrights. And I have the privilege, one of the person called Murugananda. How many of you know that Murugananda? So he manufactured one of the important products for female menstruation. The same kind of product after I have, let's say for the scientist probably know, I also it's a data scientist. I coordinated with them and made this product exclusive for Medley Toastmasters members. And we know that next week we are going to celebrate with our 825 milestone meeting. And ahead of that, I want to sell this product. It just costly only for 50,000 rupees and 49,999 rupees for Medley members. If anyone wants to know, please let me know so that I can offer you. So the first person which I am going to give to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Venkateswar. You have to pay me for 49,999
through Google Pay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
The next topic is, you tried to take a selfie, but the camera showed an empty room. You tried to take a selfie, but the camera showed an empty room. This letter is for...
We are getting nervous.
You tried to take a selfie, but the camera showed an empty room. So, how many of you taking selfies every day by looking at your mirror selfies? Anyone? No one is taking? Whenever I open the Instagram, so I see a lot of girls are posting like bathroom selfies, and wherever they go, they take selfies and they are just posting in the social media. But whenever I try to take a selfie in my phone, it never comes a proper selfie picture. So I started to take empty space rooms with my phone. I don't really. It's okay.
Next topic is, sometimes not getting what you want is a blessing. Sometimes not getting what you want is a blessing. This letter is for Toastmaster Chandru.
Thank you. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. The topic is, sometimes not getting what you want is a blessing. Yes, I am coming to this Toastmaster. I want to get, but till now I didn't get. That's why I continuously coming. For success, I have reached somewhere else. Whether you are getting or not, but you have to continuously try for that. Today also the Toastmaster has told, whether
you have reached the top or not, but the claiming is better. Like that. Still I am coming to the Toastmaster Club for Metal Toastmaster Club to reach what I want to get. Thank you.
This topic is less is more. Less is more. This letter is for
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. I just tell less is more. I can relate that to the money. Less is okay. End of the day, whatever work you do, you should be happy. You should be at peace when you hit the bed. For me, that matters a lot because we need money to live, to lead a life, to have a decent life, but not to lead a luxury life. Because every month when I plan for this month I'm going to this much money, when I just plan, I work accordingly, I reach that, once I attain that, I'm not happy. So I realize the happiness is not there. So every month I improve, okay, this month I'm going, this is my target, let me see whether I'm feeling happy or not. Only that moment I feel happy. But the days when I spend a lot of time with my clients, I see a lot of happiness. The same night, on the same day, throughout the day, I'm very happy. I hit my bed, I have a very peaceful sleep. So for me, the money less is okay. Happy.
next topic is what's the worst advice you have ever received that worked? What is the worst advice you have ever received that worked? This post is for
Yeah, thank you, Table Topic Master. What's the worst advice you ever received that worked? Well, perhaps personally I am someone who never gives advice a lot, because sometimes the person who you are giving the advice, they may not really want it. So actually someone who really asks or requests, then only it's better to give advice also. For example, if someone may be wrong in something I have read somewhere, they may be completely wrong and you know about it, and if you go and tell to them on face, they will, even though they may be inside they may be convinced, but still personally they would feel that what their point is right only. So it's better not to go out of the way and advise. And on the many advices that I have got, perhaps I would say is that for some days I used to get up very early, like morning 4 a.m. and all. But what happened after some time was that I started feeling very tired in the afternoon and all. So I was saying this to my friend also, like all the books, everywhere it's mentioned, all the motivational speakers, they say that you have to get up at 4 a.m. They say the Brahma Muhurtam something they say. So it's a very good that time. But I'm feeling very sleepy. By afternoon itself I'm feeling very sleepy. So I told to my friend. And he actually told that his boss actually, he's a very successful entrepreneur. He actually gets up only at 10 a.m. in the morning. Could you believe it? It's exactly opposite to what the conventional wisdom is there. So that is one of that is advice that I got, that everyone has their own recipe to success, and not to just take away whatever is there in the book or what some speakers speak. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
the next topic is, do opposites really attract, or is it just a myth? Do opposites really attract, or is it just a myth? This post is for
Thank you, PT Master, for this wonderful question. Do opposites really attract, or it is just a myth? in my life, it is reality, because I married an advocate and when you see the characters of me and my husband, it is just opposite in most of the things. But even my daughters will say, no way you are, Appa is coinciding with each other. But I always used to support them, and I always have good opinion, and our relationship is that even though we are in opposite pole, I'm in medical field and he's in law. And as Hema told, I'm contented with what I have, and he's a person who always seeks for more and more as far as knowledge is concerned, as far as profession is concerned, and he always runs and keeps family besides as secondary. For me, everything is my family, but still we go along. And in my family, this is true. I don't know about others, it's not a myth in my family. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity.
The next topic is, the early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. The early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. This letter is for Toastmaster Narendra.
Table topics master, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I got the topic, the early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. I'm an early bird. I like to wake up early in the morning and start my day. But once I started getting into the IT field, it all changed, because there were times when I have to stay up late in the night to attend some client calls and all that stuff. But it's something that I never really desired. If it was up to me, my day was under my control, I would always choose to start it early and end it as early as possible. But I have one person in my team who starts his day literally after everybody signs off. And just to give him the context and to pass on the information to him, the day's work to him, we'll have to stay awake and give it to him. So we used to think, why is he working so late in the day? But what he says is, if I start working in the morning, as early as possible, then I would get multiple distractions, and that would, in the end, distract me from doing my actual work. But however, if I start late in the night, nobody will be there to bother me, nobody in my house, or nobody will be messaging me, nothing. Only if I lose concentration would I get distracted. So he has his own way of going about his things, and he gets the job done. And it's not like he's a slacker or anything. He gets the job done, and he's as good as anybody in the team. So I believe it doesn't matter whether you are the early bird or whether you are the second mouse. It all depends on how motivated you are to get the job done or to achieve something that you want to achieve. It's all up to you as an individual.
Toastmaster is not really a sweet post.
Next topic is, if your slippers could talk, what would they say about you? If your slippers could talk, what would they say about you? This post is for Toastmaster Ravi.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. I'm very excited with this setup. If your slippers could talk, what would they say about you? I think that my slippers will motivate me, keep walking, keep going, don't make me rest. So because I always want to be lazy, I want to be sitting in one place. That probably my slippers wants me to reach a destination where I have decided myself to next 5 years and 10 years. So whenever I look at my slipper, he always trying to bug up. Don't need to sit in your home. You have a lot of work before you sleep. So that motivation always give my slippers. It is not only that slipper, it's also about the shoes, which always try to give me that I'm feeling rest. You come, use me to reach your achievement, to reach your goal. And it is not about that you are using me, it is all about that I am accompanying you to achieve your goal. So never think about my painful thought where you are using me, but think about that how you are utilizing me to achieve your goals. So that's how I feel that my slippers will talk about me. Thank you so much.
Can I have time for one guest? Books versus movies. Which tells a better story? Books versus movies. Which tells a better story? Guest respond.
Books versus movies, which tells a better story? So, I will always go with the movies because August 31st, 1989, in that date only I was born. Till today, I haven't ever read any book so far. So, in my past experience, if you see, I always watch movies. So the books I read, so which is pushed by my professor, lecturer, my teachers. So it doesn't mean that I voluntarily went into the library or some books, the Shakespeare, this Peer, that Peer, people used to say in my college days. They always go with the books. I never ever read any single books. So what I watch, everything in the movies. Nowadays, everything is converted into the movies. So be it Harry Potter or in Inceptions, Interstellar, whatever movies, everything comes from the books. What I recommend to all of you, instead of go with the books, books is good. If you read, there will be a connect between you and books. But if you see the movies, there will be an engaged thing will be there, so you won't distract anywhere. If you go and sit in the theaters, so that the 2.5 hours you will be in that, in that square. So without any distractions, you will be get that input what they are going to tell in that picture. So I always recommend you to go with the movies instead of books. Over to you, take
Best messages are not delivered, they are just remembered. I have a better conclusion, but he's not allowing. Thank you everyone for active participation. Thank you all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhirami, for a very interesting table topic session because it required lots of efforts from your side. So now I'd like to hand over to General Evaluator for the evaluation session.
Coming back to the story about the astronaut Sunita Williams, on 19th Tuesday evening, I called my friend, school classmate, Mr. Dr. Rajkumari, who is working as a scientist in ISRO. He took more than 1 hour and he was explaining about the problem and other things, which he shared 2 or 3 points. There was an helium leakage in Sunita Williams' space shuttle, and there is a mission. 6th mission will be there from USA, NASA. They used to conduct a mission. This is the 72nd mission, according to him, he explained. And I was discussing with them, the local Tamil channels, they are saying that Sunita Williams stayed more than that. And he told me that, my friend, she took it in a positive way. She conducted a lot of research. There is a fluid test and a biological test for cancer. There is any protein is available to find a cancer medicine. These are all the positive things. Space, she is one of the most experienced spacewalker in the world right now. And he was explaining all these things. I said that, he said, space astronauts will make a picture perfect calculation about landing and other things and all. Then I was asking him, okay, he was saying that she went only for 9 days, but she stayed there 99 months there. When she's coming back also, whole world is watching, and he was saying that as a scientist, I am telling you that before any project you are going to deliver, we pray God. Why the failure? Then I said that why there was a failure. Even NASA and even Starlink also made a problem. And he was explaining that everything based on act of God. With this, I will conclude my story about Sunita Williams. The next session is, before the timer, any qualified speakers for the project as well as TT?
All speakers are qualified. Toastmaster Praveen, Toastmaster Pugal, Toastmaster Vidyasagar, and Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh are qualified speakers. In table topics, Toastmaster Shankar, Toastmaster Hema, Toastmaster Dinesh, Toastmaster Pravda, Toastmaster Narain, Toastmaster Pradeep, and guest Rizwan are all qualified.
What about table topics?
These are the table topic speakers.
Speaker, first speakers.
The first four I read out are the speakers. They are qualified.
There is no disqualification.
There are no disqualifications on prepared speakers.
Okay, you can send for voting list, no?
Yes.
Toastmaster and guest, please vote for the best speaker and best TT speaker. Evaluation, especially in Toastmasters, evaluation is more important. What we are using, the speech, what we have written, the speech content, is it grammatically okay? The tense is okay. Evaluation is important in life, whether we are going in the right path or not. Next is, most interesting session is the evaluation. The first evaluator, Toastmaster Nishana. I am an active member in the LinkedIn group. I can see that the way she used to write about experimental stories every day. Awesome. She is a co-founder of SaaS-based HR Technical on learning application and keen in learning new things. Toastmaster Nishana.
What a delicious topic on a Saturday afternoon. Congratulations on your first speech on voice modulation and body language. Please give a big round of applause. Your opening of the speech starts with a question, very powerful question. How many of you love biryani? The word biryani connects with everyone, at least at Chennai, I would say. So almost all the audience participated. In fact, few people said no veg biryani and so on. The connect was very good. So I like the right app question. It helped the audience, it helped to engage with the audience at the beginning of the speech and kept a hook on your topic. Your speech was very detailed, explaining step-by-step method of how to prepare biryani, what are the ingredients, how much time it takes to cook, method of preparation and so on. For someone like me who doesn't know cooking, it was very helpful and I feel the audience would have also related to it. Third point is about the speech. The speech involved Toastmaster Anuradha calling for our counter role, which everyone can relate to. The situation of cat on the wall and what to decide, and it brought laughter on the audience. That was very good, engaging. The humor part of it was very welcoming. There are 3 areas of improvement that I have noticed on your speech. Your speech objective says voice modulation and body language. Your speech had a couple of conversations between you and your son. So you could have changed your voice modulation between you and your son conversation. It would have been more effective. Second is, throughout the speech, I have noticed that you have been moving here and there. You have definitely captured the stage, but it's not a controlled, intentional movement. If the movement was controlled, intentional movement, it would have been even more powerful. The third is, I felt the transition towards the end was little abrupt, which makes the audience suddenly feels that the biryani box is empty. So if the takeaway message is more detailed, it would be a yummy, delicious biryani that the audience would cherish for a very long time in their mind. So to sum up, opening was good, detailed and good eye contact was maintained throughout the speech, right amount of humor to captivate the audience, areas of improvement, slight voice modulation, controlled intentional body movement, And powerful closure message will definitely enhance your speech. I look forward to hear your speech.
Next evaluator is Toastmaster Balaji. He is a mechanical engineer working at Career. Toastmaster Balaji, please come and evaluate this second speech.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Congratulations to Toastmaster Koval for completing the project with a wonderful speech. Your speech was well structured, confidently delivered, and engaging. Your ability to connect with the audience and present a clear message was commendable. You made all of us to sing chorus as well. You are excelled at your language usage, clear and easily understood. Effectively used the eye contact and to engage the audience. You are almost comfortable with your entire speech. Your speech is further strengthened with the purposeful choice of movement in the stage. You varied your pitch successfully. Your voice quality was open and clear. Your timing rate was fluent and consistent. I did not find any gaffe in your speech. What you can work on is that maybe you can work with some of our legends to improve the techniques. Overall, the message you conveyed throughout the speech was clear, impactful, and thought-provoking. All the best. Thank you.
You took a parliamentary session. Thank you. The next evaluator is Toastmaster Aragiri. He is very passionate about reading books and playing games. May I request Toastmaster Aragiri to come and evaluate the third speaker.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. First, I would like to thank and congratulate my target speaker, Toastmaster Vidyasagar, for choosing this topic, humor in the workplace. I have few positive comments and few suggestions to offer. Your presentation was excellent. And the way you articulated and explained about the humor, how it can be applied in the workplace, and how you can connect with your stakeholders and teams effectively. And the way you structure the presentation, how you can improve your productivity and reduce stress. Coming to suggestions, I have two suggestions for you. You would have utilized this space more rather than staying in the one spot. I understand that you are presenting PPT. When delivering your speech, you can move here and you can go to the next slide, so that audience you can focus the audience who is sitting in this side. Maintaining eye contact with the entire audience is very important. Most of your speech you redirected towards the middle. So I would like to tell you that please have eye contact with all the audience. Overall, to summarize, it was very good speech. Kudos to you for having such an engaging topic. Thank you.
The fourth evaluator is well known in many Toastmasters, Priyadarshini Ibaidu. When I was asking her about her introduction, she told me that Let it be off glass or empty glass. What I see there is place to build something. Keep learning. Please come.
It is said that wrong people teach right lessons in our lives. Is that so? Especially when it comes with our Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh. There were so many things going wrong in his life. First he said, I dreamt of becoming a doctor, but he chose a triple engineering course. When in his 4th year, he did not know where he was heading towards. But finally there was light at the end of the tunnel. He fell in love with the programming language. What I liked in his complete speech, Prasanna Venkatesh stood here and said, this is the real me. Even if there is one gaffe, blunder in our lives, there are people who will talk about it. But he swallowed all the pride and he said, he talked about his failures in front of all of us. He also said, if I ask the younger version of myself, would you walk this path? The answer would have been no. So it shows that he is not here to give up, but grow up with all the challenges that he's got in his life. And then comes a very strong conclusion, again, which was from his side. With all the discomforts that he went through, he saw there was a new learning, a new place that he never dreamt of flying. So really, I'll say such stories are very motivating, and I thank you for bringing here in front of us. Now let's talk about the recommendation part. I have only one recommendation for this beautiful story, a personal story of yours. I wish to see some emotions. You moved from one mistakes to other, from one failure to other failure. For example, if you are talked in this story, I burned the midnight lamp to just achieve one dream of mine, is to get that seat of medicine. But that didn't happen. So what's next? When you bring such emotions, of course it is you who walk this, bring some pauses. Each and every one of us will feel that failure of yours, because everyone has seen that failure some way or the other. So this is one recommendation for the company. There were many such instances I felt you could have brought in emotions. Overall, I would say, after all the things which have been happening around us, and with this speech of Prasanna, definitely we will stop complaining that we saw failures in our life. Let us be thankful for what we have achieved, and whenever you are stuck, tell to yourself, thank God I am not in space.
Okay, without further ado, I am going to talk about my report. First is the meeting started at 2:56. Oh, sorry. Timer? Please come and give your timer report here.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Toastmaster Pravin took 5 minutes and 17 seconds. This is during the prepared speech section. Toastmaster Pugal took 5 minutes and 43 seconds. Toastmaster Vidyasagar took 7 minutes and 19 seconds. Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh took 5 minutes and 33 seconds. Distinguished Toastmaster Guru Prasad took 29 minutes and 30 seconds. That was during the educational section. And now for the table topic section. Toastmaster Shankar took 1 minute and 43 seconds. Toastmaster Deepan took 59 seconds. Toastmaster Shanmugavel took 50 seconds. Toastmaster Hema took 1 minute and 14 seconds. Toastmaster Dinesh took 1 minute and 40 seconds. Toastmaster Pravda took 1 minute and 19 seconds. Toastmaster Naren took 1 minute and 36 seconds. Toastmaster Pradeep took 1 minute and 11 seconds, and guest Rizwan took 1 minute and 44 seconds. During the evaluation section, Toastmaster Nishana took 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Toastmaster Balaji took 1 minute and 45 seconds. Toastmaster Aragiri Swami took 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Toastmaster Priyadarshini took 2 minutes and 55 seconds. I would like to make a suggestion when it comes to table topics. Let us please take it as a challenge to speak at least until the green card is flashed as a challenge, and then slowly we could take it as a challenge to speak until the yellow card and then maybe when the red card is flashed. With this, I conclude my primer's report. Over to General Yar.
Thank you. Next, I request Toastmaster Supriya, please come and deliver your account.
Thank you. So, when Toastmaster Bharat asked me to play the role of the counter, I actually came across two fun facts, and I'll tell why they are very applicable to the speeches today. Fact number one was that apparently in our entire lifetime, about 5 to 10% of the words that we use will be filler words. And there is a distinction between and Does anybody know what is the distinction? Apparently is for
Yes, we will say
is for longer delays, and is for very shorter, brief delays. And fact number two is that men prefer, so according to a 2011 research at Stanford, men prefer to use and women prefer to use And very interestingly today, Toastmaster Nishana and Toastmaster Hema used two and all of the men that spoke here did not use at all. But there were many R's by the way. So, Toastmaster Ranjit, 3 R, 3 so and 1 and. Toastmaster Venkateshan, 4 R. Toastmaster Nishana, 1 3 R and 2 so. Toastmaster Praveen, 2 R, 1 so and 4 and. Toastmaster Kuber, 10 R and 2 so. Toastmaster Vidyasagar, 1 4 R, 4 so, 3 and 15 right. Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh, 2 R, 4 but, 1 so and 2 and. Distinguished Toastmaster Guru Prasad, 4 R and 3 so. Toastmaster Shankar, 4 R and 2 so. Toastmaster Dilipan, 4 R's and 1 but and 1 so. Toastmaster Hema, 2 and 2 R. Toastmaster Dinesh, 6 R and 1 well, 1 so, 1 and. Toastmaster Naren, 5 R. Toastmaster Pradeep, 3 R and 2 so. And guest Rizwan, 7 R's and 2 so. That's it.
May I request Toastmaster Rohit, please, as a grammarian, come and deliver a report.
Thank you.
Yes.
There were two speakers who use the word of the day. Round of applause for them. That is Toastmaster Priyadarshini and Toastmaster Balaji. And we have quite a few speakers who use appropriate words, creative words, as well as there's a good usage of English language and as well as creative phrases. Toastmaster Praveen did reiterate cat on the wall. We had Toastmaster Pugal using restoration, gourmet, cherish your memories. And we had Toastmaster Vidyasagar using hostile, being efficient and being effective, skeptical. Toastmaster Prasanna said, life full of wrong turn, failure is not the end, it is a detour. And we had Toastmaster Nishana using kept us hooked, abrupt. Toastmaster Balaji had thought-provoking. Toastmaster Dinesh's recipe to success. Toastmaster Priyadarshini had wrong people teach the wrong lessons in life, not give up but grow. When we had our general evaluator, Toastmaster Venkatesan, is an act of God. So there are few grammatical errors, but they were very minuscule, and I think it will get, you can fix it or get over it over a period of time, but no inappropriate usage of English language. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'll submit my report. The meeting starts at 2:56, but 1 minute late. There is a technical cafe to arranging the projector and the monitor thing. Henceforth, we will take care of this. And I request all the evaluators, speakers, once generated by VP Bharat, Professor Bharat, we should send all the details like pathway, speech title and other things. Is keep on sending reminders. It will be better for the GE and other role players. Before the meeting, we should prepare that. If any dropout is there also, he is immediately finding out. One dropout was there, immediately he pointed out. Kudos to Professor Bharat. These three things, I would like to conclude my report. I hand over the same to you.
Now I request everyone to cast a vote for best speaker, best evaluator, best tag role player and best role player today. So I will give 1 minute time for voting. Meanwhile, let me share a few words. Since the IPL season 2025 starts from today, I'd like to talk about Captain Cool MS Dhoni. His journey was not that smooth. He worked as a train ticket collector in a railway station. After all the climb, he led the Indian cricket team to victory in 2007 T20 World Cup and 2011 ODI World Cup and 2013 Champions Trophy, becoming the only captain to win all the 3 ICC trophies and one of the greatest captains the game has ever seen. Finally, I want to leave you with this thought. Don't measure success by the peak to reach, but by the strength you build in the climb. Because one day you will look back not at the peak, but at the journey and realize that that's where you truly found yourself. I'd like to hand over to the presiding officer. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Modi. So I'd like to give on behalf of ExCom, I'd like to thank all the role players and members for conducting today's meeting as per the parliamentary procedure without any cafe. And congratulations for the VPU for well-planned meeting. We know how much difficult it is to arrange for a meeting, but he has done his job excellently. Well done. Now the time for the guest feedback. And one thing I like to thank guest Rizwan. He's an ex-Toastmaster. He got attracted by the medley and performance in the area contest, and he visited us today to witness our entire meeting. And I welcome Renu to the stage.
After a long time.
Yes, please. Our ex-medleyan. Yes, few words. Yes. Yes, as per the parliamentary procedure, we have to come here and talk. Especially guests, welcome. On behalf of Medley, we welcome you back to Medley.
I didn't know I was a celebrity. So what do you want me to talk about?
About us, about you.
About Toastmasters.
Okay. I was a member for 5 years, from 2018 to 2023. I quit because I felt there was nothing much more to learn from Toastmasters, and I was also going through a difficult phase in my life. Right now, I'm at the top of the world. I'm doing something that I enjoy doing. I'm a storyteller, and I love telling stories not only to children but also to adults. I consider all of you as children. You're all very young at heart.
I always tell people, how old do you think I am? And people say, okay, around 55, 50, 60, 61. I said, yes, I am 61, but actually I'm 2 years old. So I think that's something that I would like to sum up now. I don't want to take too much of your time. I think we've already gone past time. So thank you very much. Thank you. So we can understand you have fed up with telling stories to the younger kids, and you are moving the younger kids now. Thank you. Can we have guest Ruba Khan? Welcome to Midley. Can you share us how you came to Midley and what is your expectation and your feedback about today's meeting?
My sister's friend is in Toastmaster in Valencia region.
Okay.
He is only guide me from this. Today meeting is very good. He is tell me you can. I was go to communication class. I'm not better in English. He is tell me go to Toastmaster. You can learn more than leadership and you can graduate with master degree. That's all.
Yes, it is true. In Toastmaster, we learn everything, including communication leadership. Thank you. Can we have guest Vignesh? Guest Vignesh? Yes, please. Yes, welcome. And about yourself and about today's meeting.
Yeah, hi everyone, I am Vignesh. So I'm a software engineer by profession. So I got here today because of my colleague Sendil Kumar. So it's very close to me, and then he's been talking a lot about Toastmaster sessions. He's been going for the past few months, I guess. So I was very curious to come and see what is happening here, and then it was very nice to, like after a long time I'm sitting for lectures. So and it was very interesting. So many people talking about different things. So I was able to connect with so many topics, like especially like human at work and then personal stories, and then all the table topics, spontaneity and everything. I loved here. So I guess I'll be coming more often. So thanks.
We expect you in meeting soon, like Sendil.
Yeah.
He was previously guest few months back. Now he is a member. So similarly, we expect you also. Can we have guest Tamil too? Yes, welcome.
Good evening all. I am Tamalpu. I am doing my research in English literature from Wales University, and I have submitted my thesis currently now. And my experience about today's session was really a good session, and also I can get a different type of perspectives and contents from here, since I have been writing a research. So it is really helpful for me to explore the new kind of people with this session. And also I have taken many of the notables from the speakers, and also the comment sections they have given. I have received many comments. When I am speaking, I can even encourage myself to talk, because by receiving those comments from others, comments of others, I can also enhance myself and also my speech. So this is really a very good session for me for my career. Thank you.
Thank you. Definitely you get more content to do another PhD. Thank you. So it's time to appreciate our first time role players. TMOD Toastmaster Ranjit, well done. And first time accountant, you made us look as you did your job well. And Toastmaster Supriya, thank you. Then I'd like to appreciate Toastmaster Nishana and Toastmaster Balaji for completing level 1. Then I'd like to appreciate Toastmaster Nishana, Toastmaster Balaji and Toastmaster Alagiri for doing evaluation for the first time. And today's meeting was like a feast, from biryani to brinji curry, then application of humor in the workplace, to right turns and wrong turns and right path. So, and wonderful education session by our distinguished Toastmaster Group Professor. He explained simply and elaborately in an understandable manner about the parliamentary session. So thank you, sir. Then we have innovative TT session by our postmaster, sorry, Toastmaster Abhirami. So she's there still with postmaster. So thank you so much for all of you. It is time for the announcement of result. Okay, thank you so much. No, sir. So best tag role player, best tag role player goes to Suprajha. Your performance is not like a new member, it is like a seasoned member. Best TT speaker goes to the person who denied he is not Toastmaster Shankar. Congratulations. Best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Priya. So I'm very honored to give this to my mentor. Best role player goes to Postmaster, the Toastmaster Abhirami. Shall I give it to you directly or in the Postmaster? Indirectly. Thank you, well done for the innovative idea. Then best speaker goes to the person with wrong turns and right path. So I have a special announcement for all of us. We have a big feast than today. Next week is waiting for you. That is our milestone meeting 825. So I'd like to invite all of you for this milestone meeting. Please come and grace the occasion and make it a special one. The last one is a short budget session. No, please don't run away. Sergeant at Arms, please close the door. I like to propose a budget for our projector with a screen. Since we need today we got rental projector and screen since it is becoming costly. So we thought of getting projector and the screen. Already we have proposed during the budget meeting last month. So I want to propose a budget for that around 50,000, but we try to get it to the best and minimum. So I want to propose this budget to get the projector with screen for Medley Toastmaster Club. So I second. Okay, thank you.
Yes, I can.
Yes, shall we go for it or any opposition? Nothing. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation. With this, I adjourn the meeting 8:24. Once again, I request the members to be here to take a short video for the teaser.
Whoever has time to spare, please.
Yes.
Cancel.
Milestone chair will guide. Yes, over the milestone chair.